This video is going to cover some stuff from one of the cooler modern French cartoonists, Stéphane Blanquet. I think that's how you say his name. I tried to figure it out before I shot this, but I really like his stuff. There's not much in English to my knowledge, which is unfortunate because he's put out a ton of stuff in French. For the most part, the things that have appeared in English anthologies have been silent and mostly just art pieces that he's contributed, so this video is not going to be that long, or I don't have that much commentary on it because it's just mostly art. So anyway, this is some of the earliest stuff I have from him, collected here in this early Last Gasp anthology. I'm not sure who edited this. Noah Mass. That sounds like a fake name, but maybe not. Anyway, these are like definitely rare. I mean, it's really hard to find stuff of his in English at all, so to have this early shit from the 90s, I found you can get these from the Last Gasp website, like super cheap. They had a crazy sale recently, and that's when I found these and picked them up. I just had no idea what it was, but I saw that he was in it. That's the whole reason I bought these. These are pretty rudimentary, basic, like art-wise, compared to what you'll see later. The style that he's pretty much known for. I mean, this is still, like, you see his art and you instantly know it's him. He's one of those artists for sure. Very distinctive, freaky style. And he is also a publisher, and he runs the French publishing imprint United Dead Artists. They put out a lot of really cool art books for the most part, and like weird zines, art zines, and just freaky stuff. It's a lot of style over substance for sure. I mean, that's a lot of French stuff's like that. I mean, not to like generalize it, because there's amazing shit too, but like he puts out a lot of stuff that's very art based and mostly very like dark, spooky. I don't know. Anyway, I only have a couple issues of Blab, but this is some of the stuff that he did in this anthology from Monty Beauchamp. I'm not sure how to say his name properly either, but the pieces in Blab, not that exciting. They're all these silhouette pieces, and I think this stuff was collected, but it doesn't excite me that much. Blab is not my favorite anthology because it kind of aims for this, where the editing, it's like it's very sequential. Like he wants the people to do like the same thing or the same style every issue, and it's like very like formatted. It loses me. Anyway, I literally only got these because they were on sale from Fantagraphics as well earlier this year, and I got them strictly because I knew there was these Blanquet pieces. Yeah, this one's definitely collected. I think this might just be an excerpt. It's like dark children's. He's obsessed with like fairy tale, subverting these like children, children's stories and turning them into very disturbing exercises, I guess. Then the next few things I was going to show, I probably got to readjust this camera for this one. So, this is actually one of my favorite anthologies ever. I would say, that I know of. It's a pretty big, as you can see, almost like about the size of I don't know, almost near the same size as like the new Kramer's, kind of. Nah, it's not at that size, but it's big. It's a big one. But this is edited by Glenn Head, and so many great cartoonists in here. Actually, Blanquet is not in this one, but he did this back cover, which is... This is the style that he's known for now, at least to me. You can instantly recognize it. Very like, I think Al Columbi and him have a lot in common, but he's a lot more texture and crazy, like show offy. Not necessarily show off, but so much more detail and freakiness. Like, Al Columbi is a very he simplifies this creepiness into like one aspect, where Blanquet really, I mean, he makes the walls just drip with filth. Look at that. It's always like that. There's a lot of details you can always just keep looking in. I mean, even his single panel art things, they feel like sequential stories in a way. But yeah, this is a great anthology. I'm gonna do a whole series on this soon. Hotwire collects a lot of early work from Tim Lane, Mac White, Glenn Head. Obviously, he edits it. It's got Johnny Ryan. Here are the Blanquet pieces. This is Hotwire number 2. And the great thing about Hotwire is you can get all these still from Fantagraphics even. Or you can get them secondhand super cheap. This is some of the wilder stuff. If the wrong person saw this, they would think I was like some evil person or something. And I'm seeing all the like QAnon shit they're calling out people for, like their art, Marina Abramovich or whatever. It's insane. But imagine if they saw this shit, what would they think about him? It's like, art isn't fucking real. It's an expression, you goofs. Then Hotwire number 3. Glenn Head cover, of course. The funny thing is, this is like not even the most insane thing in this anthology. Like, there's some other fucking artists that bring it just as hard as him. I know that he's in Kramer's 7 too, and I've seen his piece in that, but that's one of those books that it's kind of like my white whale right now, or it has been for years. But yeah, David Sandlin, you got Mark, what's his name? I'm blanking. But this artist, who I wasn't familiar with before, makes some insane shit. And the thing about this is, like Blab, it's very sequential in that Glenn he wanted the same artists, and they're kind of like in the same spots every issue, and they're like thematic, but he does it right. Like all the artists come correct. It's like they're all on the same wavelength or something. Yeah, I'm gonna do a deeper dive into that soon. There's just 3 issues of it, but man, it's just a really solid anthology. And then yeah, bring this thing back out, which Beasts Volume 2. I've shown this in a couple of videos now because this is just a giant compendium of all different artists doing, basically each page is different artist doing a different monster. Most of them are just goofs or like from mythology, but some of them are like made up. And anyway, this is the Blanquet spread. He even got 2 pages. Not many 2-pagers in here. This is an insane art book, like. It's got everyone under the sun. And a ton of people I don't even know. Little information on that ghoul. So yeah, I don't have too much information on some of this stuff, but this is an anthology, Black Eye, that is from Rotland Press in Detroit, and this is a great anthology as well. It doesn't have maybe necessarily as good of an editorial eye as Hotwire, but it's definitely more art inspired than there's not that much like narrative. I mean, just a lot of weird. It's got a lot of great people though. I mean, it's kind of unbelievable how he got all of these people in one place. Anyway, it's a pretty small piece, but it's one of his more tame pieces. Then this is the only thing that's really easy to find, honestly, as far as like singular things that he's done. And this is it for major releases in English. Fantagraphics did this. I think this is a translation of a French children's book. I'm not sure if it's actually for children, but it's a lot tamer than anything he's done before by extreme bounds. I mean, it's still definitely disturbing. I mean, I would have loved this as a kid though. Super short and sweet. I don't understand why there's not more of his books published in English. It's a huge sore spot for me. I don't get it. I feel like Fantagraphics should have kept going. I mean, how are you gonna just tease us with the kids' book? There's so many more bangers. Fantagraphics has some odd goof moments in terms of publishing foreign stuff. I don't know. Since Kim Thompson passed, it's just been not the same. I don't think they have the same understanding that he did culturally. And anyway, this is a fun story. It's definitely disturbing, and I would say if you're gonna like read this with your kid, maybe, if you're gonna do it that way, you're gonna actually show this to a child. It's about, you know, it's kind of a island of lost toys scenario that these kids get stuck in, and they have to pretend that they're toys, but once they find out that they're not, things go sour very quick. This is a beat up library version. I didn't know that it was a library edition when I bought it online. It was just a couple bucks, so you can definitely find it cheap as fuck compared to anything else. It's short. It's, you know, it's definitely worth checking out though. Then this, one of the more modern things that he's done in terms of like an American or English speaking audience. It's just a cover though. He didn't do anything inside. Now, number 5 from Fantagraphics, Eric Reynolds' new modern contemporary comics anthology. It's pretty much continuation of Mome, but I think the artists are like a lot more contemporary and like experimental, and there's a lot more style over substance here in these anthologies, and I'll do a whole video on these because I have them all, but it's just, I'm always disappointed by it, basically. There's always a couple good ones, always so much fat that I just don't know why they ran it. All right, and then getting towards the end here. A little bit. This is I have a full run of this Fuke magazine almost. This is from a French or German publisher. French. I can't remember. Pinky Press. I think they are German. No, French. Anyway, all the covers are done by a little kid, I believe. Not sure his name. Doesn't really say. Or does it? I don't know. They're all really short zines. There's a couple that are a bit longer, like maybe 16 pages tops. But I'll show my run because there's pretty cool stuff. Mike Diana, Benjamin Mara shows up. The Lawrence Hubbard from Real Deal Comics does a page for one. That's all. That's the only Blanquet in there. And then these two things I got recently, these are both from his publishing company, United Dead Artists. It's hard to see. Let me see if I can get a little light on this just to give you an idea. See that? It's engraved. You can do a little flip through of this. It's very like sketches, all done in these different color schemes, essentially. I'm not sure how many of these he put out, but I got 2 of them. It's almost like a flip book. And it's a cool concept, like it looks like he really drew in it. They somehow scanned the back of the page, the original pages in here, and printed that on the back. Pretty cool conceit. It's all, there's a couple like sequential things that almost work like a sketch, like a flip book, but it's mostly just doodles, penises and vaginas morphing together. And this is the other one, it's a different color, so you can definitely see that a little bit better. He puts out some awesome stuff, and I'll have to do a bigger spotlight on United Dead Artists once I get a bigger grip of stuff. If anyone ever wants me to cover their shit, I'm happy to. Just send me some books. I mean, maybe I'll get a P.O. box and I'll link that eventually. I've already got a couple things. I think this one's way cooler. I just like this color scheme so much. It looks like this is from the same kind of sketchbook he did for that Now cover, in a way. He's always doing something. He's kind of one of those artists that, like, he doesn't really evolve, but he just changes and uses different mediums to express himself. It's a shame. I'm just waiting for an American publisher to bring more of his stuff over. Maybe I need to stop waiting and try to push that to happen, force someone's hand. I could see a lot of publishers working with this. Maybe not necessarily the art books, but I know he has 2 graphic novels with Cornelius Editions, which is one of my favorite publishers, even though mostly just publish stuff in French. don't want to show it all, but you can get these from Buoys on Sale, or they're a web shop in France, but you can order internationally, and the shipping's not too bad, especially if you buy a bunch of stuff. It's worth it. Anyway, if you like this, please subscribe and like the video. Maybe even share it with some friends. Take care.